Welcome to VP4 TV, a Tactical Genius production. Here is a list of upcoming matches in the 2023 Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I try to stream what I think will be the best matches to watch and offer a good standard of play. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels so you can join in the stream chat.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, guys, welcome back to VP4 TV. We have, but I've got a little technical issue. A quick explanation of it. Well, first of all, let me have a quick look. I know Nick's in a room, but I don't quite see Snake Eyes here yet. That's my concern, whether he's going to show up. What time is it? We've got about 2 minutes to go. He very often is a last minute. Here he is, he's arrived. So, quick explanation as to what the problem is. I've been talking about my macros not working, and I'll just give you an idea of what my macros are. This is one of them. So, they're loading today, but on numerous occasions, after I've done a stream and I start another stream the next day, the macros don't necessarily load. In fact, they don't show in the little list of macros that I have in the program. And so I've been going backward and forward to XSplit support, and XSplit support, I keep saying they are very, very good. And the guys were asking for information. I've been sending logging information, and I got a message today asking me to download a new version of it. So they've obviously looked at it, and they've sent me a new version of XSplit, and I've just installed it now. It's messed about with some of my audio. I don't know whether that might recover after I do a proper restart. I restarted XSplit, but I never restarted the PC because I was just getting that all done before we started. But anyway, Yes, he's here. We're good to go. Again, I don't know whether Steve's intended to show up or not. He hasn't given me any information he has, so my assumption is he isn't. Well, we had a bit of a tragedy last night for anybody that missed it. The match between Albinario and MC Clarkey. If you haven't seen it, for goodness sake, go and watch it on my YouTube channel. It was a tragic end. A battle at the end as well by Matt. He had the lead for a big chunk of the match, but he made those errors. Remember the errors that he did make that let Albinario come back into it. And then, of course, he had the ultimate sucker punch right at the end that you guys never, well, you never saw the combo. But I told you I got excited, and you know I'd done the fail button, and I got excited and forgot all about it. But anyway, it's worth watching, but you won't see the combo in the 9 from Albinario because that's hidden. I only got to see that. I mean, you could not miss it. But anyway, tonight we have the match between Snake Eyes and Nikk. And Nikk, there's quite a few of you are interested to see what level this guy Nikk is going to sustain his game at. If he does like he's done in his last couple of matches, he's going to be a real threat to anybody he comes across. Now, Snake Eyes is his intended victim tonight. Snake Eyes never really brings everything to the table in these tournaments. It would be a shock if he did tonight. The room is up. We'll get in. So, well, Matt has arrived. Yeah, I've already covered your tragedy yesterday, Matt. Welcome. So, Nikk has won the lag. We've missed the lag. And Nikk immediately has a ball in the break. He's going to have a testy little cut in this one ball, though. Now, I'm just going to do... Once he's played the one ball, I'm going to do a quick tab out and a quick look. And if Steve isn't there, I'm shutting down Discord because, again, that just eats up resources. And I'll get rid of that. Well, Albinario, before the rest of you arrived, that he was going for a 13-4 win to Nikk. And Nick's overcut the one. Now, back in a second. Right, so Steve isn't there, so we will carry on. Well, Snake Eyes has killed the cue ball there to try and duck behind that 6. And he hasn't quite done it now. The question is whether there's enough of the 1. I don't think there's enough of the 1. Is there enough of the 1? You know, when you look at it from there, it looks as if it's possible. But I think he's trying to squeeze down past the 5 possibly, or he is trying to play it. He might be trying to play it. Yeah, he's got it clean. That was well done, and a nice little bump in the 4 has done him no harm either. Welcome to Mark. So, Nikk had enough of the 1. I thought it was sort of touching. Well, Steve has now arrived in the room now. Now I'm going to have to tab out and bloody start up Discord again, I presume. Hang on a minute. Where is he? Well, he's no good in the 5 for a start, so I'll be back in a second. Hang on. Just waiting it booting up. Where the hell is it again? I'm trying to find the commentary booth in the list on the left. Where the hell is it gone now that I'm looking for it? I can't find the damn thing. Ah, there it is.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
That audio is not working either. Good afternoon to Steve.
Yeah, I was in a meeting. Sorry, I was a little late.
Right, well, Nikk obviously couldn't play the 5-ball. Now, guys, I have pressed it to bring it back to the main screen. Yeah,
I see a lot of people predicting Nikk is going to lose, which I actually find that hard to believe.
Are you reading the chat right, Steve? I don't think there's anybody nobody's went for Snake Eyes.
Matt Clark, 1312 Nikk scratching the last break from Snake Eyes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was just a bit of a joke after the tragedy of last night.
Guys, 13-11. Well, okay. Albin says Nikk 13-4. I can only scroll up so far. Yeah, I mean, I think Nick's a big favorite in this.
You didn't watch any of that match with Albie and Matt on my YouTube channel, Steve? So you won't have heard then?
No, I saw it. I saw the result.
Yeah, well, you didn't see how it came about, though.
Yeah, well, I guess it's going to be a scratch on the last break.
Well, it was a worse. But what's worse than a scratch in the last break? What do you think is worse than scratch in the last rack, Steve? This is Matt from 12-9 behind.
What's worse than scratching? Scratching and leaving a sellout.
Well, scratching and there's worse than that. I mean, the worst possible scenario is this: the 9-ball finishes over that pocket up in the top right hand corner. Albie has ball in hand. The one's down here, maybe just in the kitchen, and all he has to do is roll the one onto the 9 for the match. Yeah, that's a tragedy.
That's what I call a sellout.
Oh dear! And nobody saw it but me.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, Albin is going to have to pick things up because he doesn't sound like he's playing his best. I mean, Matt's a good player, but Albin should have been a pretty good favorite in that match.
Yeah, but Matt knows that he had the match won as far as the racks that he had and the racks that he should have had. He made some vital mistakes, and those in the end are really what cost him. Not the scratch in the final rack. What cost him was what went on earlier in the match. And he had vital racks that could have been on under his name in the scoreboard, and he could have won it sooner.
This is a little tricky here. I think he's trying to play the Efren shot. Yeah, he didn't spin it enough. Yeah, well, I mean, these things that shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, they would have called this game shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it was just too long, so they settled for pool because that was nice and simple. But shoulda, woulda, coulda is all. I mean, there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Yeah, there's a few people watching this at the moment, and I know that there's a few people watching because they are aware of how Nikk has been playing in this loss side, and they want to give him the proper once over.
Nick's played good every match. I mean, he played good in a match against, what was it, Semi-Pro that beat him the first round?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he certainly could have won that match. Yeah, he's definitely a contender in this thing.
And that's well played. That's nice touch.
He moves the cue ball well. He plays good patterns. Haven't seen him play safe that much because all he seems to do is run out. So I'm going to still hold judgment on the moving part of the game. But my guess is that's fairly good too, because he looks like he's played a fair amount of pool in real life.
Well, it will be interesting to see when it does get into a tactical battle. Maybe not just a one rack, but a good 2 or 3 racks.
Yeah, and I think he's probably played against some good competition, because the difference between guys that have played a lot but just more casual pool or, kind of lower down competition, and the guys that have played against good competition, like, really strong players and pros, is that the guys that have played against the really strong players and pros learn how to play safe and do other things better, because they're just around that. They're seeing it all the time, and they figure out, gee, I can't win unless I do this stuff well.
Well, this is the most important shot already. He's had 1 in the 4 go, and if he gets on the 3, he's
going to get on this. He's going to come down between the he's going to come down on the risky side.
The short side, yeah.
Yep.
No, but he's going the other way.
That's the side I'm talking about.
Well,
that was the risky side. The other side, he was guaranteed to get on the 3. That was trickier that way.
Well, he could have ended up hooking himself behind the 9 if he went the other side, but he's now gone square.
No. I mean, shooting in the same pocket, but shooting from the other side of the 6 and 8.
Ah, right, sort of the middle of the table.
Yeah, that was easier to get to. But this was better position playing this way, and he didn't hit that very good.
Well, looking at how he's finished with the 5, maybe he was intending a proper bump in the 5 there, or did he play to pot it?
He knew he was gonna. No. He knew he was gonna bump the 9. I think, when you hit it that easy, the ball's gonna throw a lot, and he just didn't cut it enough.
Oh dear,
that's gonna hurt. Yeah. See, on that shot, you should always go rail first, and on the end rail, and the reason why. As long as it's reasonably close to the rail. The reason why is that if you miss it, you may get safe because the cue ball is going up table, especially if you miss a little thin. The cue ball is going to move up table, and the 3 ball is going to move back on the end rail. So it's always a better way to kick that shot 2 rails.
Well, the way it's going at the moment, Semi's prediction might not be far off the mark.
Well, I can tell you're not going to see this guy screw up too many racks like this. I was a little surprised he missed that 3 as badly as they did. I mean, it really wasn't close. It wasn't, it was outside the pocket. But, everybody's going to miss some shots. But I don't expect him to miss a whole lot.
Well, the interesting thing also would be if Nikk comes up dry on a break as to what Snake Eyes is going to be capable of.
Well, obviously, Nikk breaks well because he had that one match where he had 8 runouts. In the losers bracket, a race to 13, he had 8 breaking runs, didn't he? Or was it just 8 runouts? I thought it was 8 breaking runs.
That was actually. It was a good break there until the 5 ball bumped to 1 out of play, because the cue ball, the one was going on into the side there if the cue ball hadn't been bumped.
Yeah, so now we're gonna see what kind of moving he has. I mean, he's either got to jump this or he's got to push out.
I think he's got long enough to jump it, hasn't he? I think he might get
he could jump it. He may kick it this. It's not the easiest shot to kick safe, though. I would think that I think he's looking to push out. And, if you don't like this jump shot, you can push to a different one.
Right,
there's
guys.
Not a whole lot of places to push. There's not a lot of places to push that's not a kick at the ball or a jump shot, because
I have noticed an issue with my chat my chat on screen. YouTube doesn't seem to be coming through.
He tried to kick that to the end rail, which I don't think that was a terrible choice, but I think he had better plays than that. I mean, that was a hard shot to get it down on the end rail.
Right.
I think he could have pushed up into the corner and left a back cut on the one, which wouldn't have been too hard to pop, but it might have been hard to get on the 2-ball.
I'm going to tab out for a second because I want to restart this chat. Hang on a minute.
So that's another thing to think about, guys, on the push is, you can push out to a shot that's makeable, but very difficult to get position where there's a chance the guy's going to hook himself, a good chance. And, that's when you push out to open ball like that where you can shoot at it, that's not a bad thing to do is make it a situation where getting on the next ball is difficult. Well, he tried to play in a very small space there with the cue ball and didn't get there. Either that or maybe he was trying to bump the 5. I mean, that would have been a better way to play that, is to run into the 5.
Now, is there anybody watching this on YouTube? I don't think your chat is going to come through.
Yeah, he wants to kick a little short of this so the cue ball rolls into the 4-9, just like that, or the 7-9, I mean.
Are you hearing me, Steve?
Yes, I hear you. Why?
Because I think something's gone pear-shaped here with my setup. I'm not getting anybody saying anything on Twitch.
Well, my stream is fine, and the audio on the stream is fine. Right. And Hairpig just said hi.
Yeah, I think that's the update. I think I should have rebooted the PC, but I didn't have time.
So, anyways, the kick shot that Nikk hit on that 4-ball was that showed me something that he's thinking the right way, because that was the right shot to try to kick it to 4 and get him on the 7-9. He wasn't successful, but that was the right shot to shoot there.
Now, how tight is this 6-ball? Well,
it's got plenty of room.
It does. Now, he's got to be careful here. This is nice and delicate.
I would just always come across. He's probably just going to roll this, but I'd almost always come across on this. I wouldn't even take the chance of coming up funny on the rail or hooking myself. He's fine. See where that 8-ball is now. Now he's got to go forward for sure. I don't think it's a problem. Is that 8-ball going aside? Oh, I take it back. The 8-ball doesn't go on the side.
That's never going on the side.
Oh. Well, for sure I would have gone to the other side then, because now he's got to come around the back side, so he needs top and some left English. Well, he tried to go to that side, which is tough because there's a very small spot to get to. I'm not sure he can make this without scratching. If it's going to do anything, it's going to hit the tit. You'd have to hit it really easy. I would not want to be shooting at this. I would have never played it to that side just because of this. I would have gone around to the other way. And even though it's tricky shooting past the titty, well, he's able to get it in.
You got away with it.
Yep. I just don't like shooting at balls like that, where you're praying it doesn't go on a side pocket. And the thing is he could have been another ½ inch over, and all of a sudden that does go in the side pocket. I mean, it's just too small a spot to try to get to.
Well, Snake Eyes off the mark. Will he be able to get back into this straight away? Well, got a couple of balls, and if everything gets out of the way, he's got a shot in the one.
Brain fell out. You may want to refresh your browser, because that may get rid of that lag. Hairpig just said that.
Yeah, so no, anybody watching this on YouTube, your chat won't come through. So if you want to switch, jump over to my Twitch channel instead, because I'm only connected to two. Sorry, I'm only connected to one out of the two, and the obvious one I'm connected to is Twitch. I don't know what's happened to the chat app either. That's went pear-shaped.
He needs to hit that with a little bit of left English, right English, and he didn't. He needed to hit that with right English to hold the cue ball to come straight down, and he didn't. And now I think he's in trouble.
Well, this is where he has to come up with a decent safety, I would think, rather than trying in and elaborate.
You can play safe. You can play the carom off the 9 ball.
Well, he's having a look at it. Or is he looking at the billiard off the 4? What's he doing there?
None of those are particularly easy. He's playing safe, and that's not very good.
No, the only saving grace here there isn't a bank.
Well, I'd try to bank the 2 past the side pocket and put the cue ball on the 9.
Yeah,
you got the 7 there too.
Send it down to the bottom rail here.
Yeah, I that's a shot I like. He's going to thin this, it looks like, and hit it with a little right English. I don't particularly like that shot.
I don't think he's got full cover
that's hard.
either.
Well, it's hard to get that hook, and if you get the 2 too far, you're in the side pocket. I think he should have gone the other way. And now Snake Eyes almost has to go the other way. The thing is to get it back behind the 9, he's going to have to come to the other long rail.
2 rails, yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, he's got plenty of room to run the 2 ball out.
Well, he's going all out for the pot. Well,
yeah, he just went for it. Well, the thing is if you don't have a good safety game, then it kind of forces you into having to go for a lot of shots, whether you want to or not. I mean, if you just don't think you can play the safety, then you're going to end up shooting a shot.
Well, look at how deep that 2 ball is in the pocket. This is going to be tough to get anything. You're going to have to use the rail, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be the wise move. Unless you can put backspin on this, because most of the jump shots I'm seeing are tending to roll forward and
catch it there and try and get the cue ball moving.
Yeah, he got enough on the side, and I'll tell you what, it was coming back. That was a hell of a shot.
That was pretty good. Now, problem is, I think he's got it, but he's just got to go right in off that jaw. Yeah,
it goes. It's just tight, I mean, this is where you just ignore the 7 and aim for the part of the pocket you want.
Yeah, just wants to get it right in off the jaw.
He looks like he's going in the corner, like he doesn't like that shot, which, that's fine too. If you think the corner gives you a better chance, then shoot that.
Needs to run. That's excellent. That was well done. Now he's got to. I would assume he's got to stun this, unless he's just going to chicken out and bump the 9 and play this 7 long.
No, he's going to run into the 9 here, I think. And I would put a little right English on this, because if you don't get much of the 9, or you need to make sure you get enough of the 9, I think he's going to hit at speed where he gets enough. Yeah.
Oh, almost got the bonus ball there. Well, now
that was well judged, because he just hit it with a little bit more speed and made sure he got enough of the 9 ball where the cue ball came out at a good line. And that was a critical thing, to get the line right on the cue ball.
Well, this is tricky.
Nah, this isn't tricky.
Yes, it is. It's tricky.
Why is this tricky?
Every guy there will tell you it's tricky. Every guy watching will tell you it's tricky.
Are you talking about the shot or the position?
No, the shot. There you go. Told you it was tricky.
I guess. I didn't expect him to miss that.
Snake Eyes is going to get out of this one.
Art is FK. Okay. So, did you guys notice that Stubb came in the room and didn't say anything? That might be the first time ever.
Yeah, well, I think he realised you were in the room. If you weren't here, he'd have been at it.
He didn't feel like getting muted or kicked for 4 hours. Is he finally learning? Very unstub-like.
Well, Nick has no joy. Now, I think we might have a combo into the side. Let's have a look. No, we don't. It's nowhere near it. Well, look at this. Look at this hidey hole that's on the table here. This is asking to be buried.
Yeah, Hairpick, I think the key on that kind of shot, and it's the same thing when the balls are real close to each other, is being on the other side of the object ball. That's how you make it 3D. And that's what I do in real life. Is I'm going to the other side of the object ball, because that gives you a measure of where the pocket is and stuff. If you're the kind of player that stays on the front of the object ball, I think that shot starts getting really, really tough. And when the balls are close, it gets really tough.
Well, if this cue ball bounces in the right direction and he pots the 1, he should have a shot in the 2. I mean, it would need to do some weird acrobatics where he doesn't have a shot, and he hasn't hit it hard enough to get out. But he certainly should have Nick and Crubble here, unless he's going to go all out for the pot. I know what I'd be doing.
Personality number 6. I mean, really? I thought he was pretty consistent. One personality and not a very popular one. I mean, when has Stubb been unstub-like?
Well, this cue ball should be down, bumping into the 8 and in behind the 9, the way I would be playing it.
No, I'd draw this and just come straight out and shoot the 3 in the corner. I would just hit this kind of like that, except got to make the ball. You put too much draw on it and miss the ball too.
Well, here's a problem table for Nick to deal with. Let's see how he handles this.
Yeah, I mean, this table should be doable. I think the thing right off the bat is the 8 ball doesn't go. So you're going to have to move the 8.
Well, see, thinking ahead though, Steve. See if you look at this table getting cleared. If the 3 goes in, the 4 goes in, you somehow get on the 5, then to me the shot you make your move on is on the 6 ball. You cut the 6 into the side, you bump into the 8 and 9, you're still on the 7. That would be the most obvious way of doing it.
I agree. I think that's a good plan, and that's probably the plan he's got.
Well,
I mean, that
you would think. There's not any other obvious way of getting there. The 6 ball's the handiest one for doing it.
He needs to make sure he doesn't hook himself with the 7, because he's got to go. I would hit this and go on the other side of the 7. I think that's what he's going to do here. And hit it with enough speed that if you bump the 7, it's hard to hook yourself. Oh boy, he got the 6.
Well, he's got the 6.
That is not what you wanted to do. Yeah, this is a problem here.
Right.
Now,
well,
at this point, you got to think about playing safe. The problem is the safety's not that good. You could play the 2-way shot, try to bank the 5 at a speed that if you miss it, it goes on the end rail. He looks like he's trying to cut this. And he hit it good.
Well done again. So now his ball for breaking out that 8-9 has gone. So now he has to be thinking about where this cue ball is going to be on the 7.
Yeah, well, this is tough because you really never want to be breaking out the ball you have to get a shot on unless you're in a position where you know you're coming up with a shot where the balls are easy to control. And I don't think this is one of those positions.
Well,
and he's wrong on the 7. So, I mean, this is tough. Now, he's got a shot here where he can bank this 7 and run in. And if he hits this right, he can go behind and bounce out at the 9 and 8, and I think he'll come up with a shot. And I think that's what he's trying. This is all speed to get the line on the cue ball. The speed's critical for this line.
Well, he got that. Oh, look at the 7. Hang on a minute, but he's no shot in the 8.
He played the right shot. That was the right shot to play there. That's certainly what I would have done every time in that situation. I mean, it was all doable.
Well,
He missed the ball, and the speed was a little. Well, the speed might have been fine if the ball went in.
The 8 is makeable.
Yeah, I think he's going to shoot the bank here. I mean, there's not a lot of options, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's got to get. Well, no, he's deciding to hang on.
I don't like that play. Now, he may be doing that just because he figures, well, Snake Eyes isn't that sophisticated at moving. But if you're playing a guy that can move, that's usually not a good shot. I mean, he certainly has just a dink to get him hooked like that. You know that. If you know you're going to end up with something like that, why not just shoot the 8? I mean, was it an easy bank? No, but you know, if you said I had a 40% chance of making it, then that's probably a better chance of winning from here.
Oh, welcome to Ron. I wonder if Ron's ever going to come back to VP4. He only ever occasionally appears out of the blue. There's a shot.
Of course, he had to prove me wrong by doing that.
Yeah.
But that was a very good shot.
Yeah. Clearly, there is issues tonight after that update.
Wow, that was a very good shot he just played there. I mean, wasn't the highest percentage, but hey, it went in. Well, and that's a dry break, I think, isn't it?
Definitely is dry. Now this, I think, I don't know whether he wants to play this combo because the 1 will go, and you know if he hits it to the rail and bumps the 6 out, I don't think that'd be wrong.
That's what I'd be doing.
Well, he's got it clean in his.
He's fine. That's what was important, is getting a cue ball. And if he wants, he can play this just the 3 in the side pocket and play it off the 5 and draw it back.
Yeah, he can just kill this. A bit of right English.
Yeah, he's going to miss the 4 ball. Yeah, and then play this off the 5 and draw the 3 back. I wouldn't try to shoot this straight in, because then you start bringing the 8 into play.
He looks as if he's running up top here.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. I mean, he can draw this back past the 8 on the other side of the 8 if he wants, or he can shoot it and draw it straight back off the 5. He's got 2 choices here.
Yeah, I think he's going.
He could shoot this in the corner and draw it back too. I mean, that's another option.
He is drawn now eventually.
Yeah, he went on the other side of the 8.
Nice and clean.
That's fine. I mean, it definitely takes away any chance that the 5 ball is going to roll back and cause you problems.
So this will be a good one for Nikk, for Snake Eyes to take out. And again, there's no reason why he shouldn't.
I mean, Snake Eyes has got a pretty good game. You know, I don't think he's got the gear that Nikk has, but he's got a pretty good game, and so far he's staying in this match.
You know, he's one of these. I've said it before. You know, he's one of these guys where if he had enough table time, which he doesn't, you know, he'd be much more in rhythm. He'd have much better feeling touch. He just doesn't have that. You know, he appears for these tournaments, and it doesn't do him any good because he doesn't. I don't think he ever gets to play his best.
Well, he's doing a lot of good things, and you know, he's taking advantage here of the dry break, which he needs to do.
Which is exactly what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, against a guy like Nikk, he's going to have to do that to have a chance. Mark's here.
Well, I obviously haven't had any coming in from YouTube into Twitch telling me YouTube chat isn't working, because we're well aware that YouTube chat isn't working, because I know that for a fact. I've only got 1 connected out of 2, and that is Twitch. So any latecomers, if you want to join the chat, move over to my Twitch channel.
Well, it's looking like this could be a good match, which is nice, because that's what we all want to see, is a good match.
Now, Snake Eyes, did he come up dry with his last break as well, or did he? I can't remember. Did something go there? I'm not convinced anything did. Nope, it's dry. So now we've got the 3 ball will go, that's not a problem, down at this end. The problem's up here. Now obviously again the 8 ball's fine that side.
He doesn't have a play on the 1, so I think he's trying to figure out what to do here. And this is a pretty tricky situation. This could even be a push out here because there's no easy safeties. I'd probably push out in this situation. He went for the combo, which, you know, I mean, that's a reasonable choice. It wasn't an easy situation. I probably would have pushed out there just because you hate to push out in a situation like that where the ball's sitting and you can see the whole ball, but that was kind of tough. But this is no guaranteed run out from here because
well,
the 2 ball's in a funny spot, and you know, the 7 doesn't combo.
Nope.
So, you know, I'm not sure what he's going to do here. I guess he's going to make a play for the 3. Because I don't see a whole lot else unless he's going to play safe.
Well, he certainly got the room to get enough of the 2 ball to play the little cut onto the 3. I mean, I would give him good odds on him getting this.
Well, you can bank the 2 also, and you know, if you come up short, then you're probably leaving not a whole lot of great stuff. You know, problem with shooting this shot, if you miss it, you're probably selling out.
Yeah, but like
that.
Yeah.
Because you know, not only are you probably giving a shot on the 2, but you're breaking up the 3-7, and you know, all of a sudden the table looks pretty easy. Does the 8 ball go in both pockets?
No, the 8 ball only goes to the. Does it?
No, it goes in both, but it goes in one easy, and the other's pretty tight.
Yeah, well, it will go, but it is tight. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I probably would have banked the 2 there just because if I make it, I'm probably getting a shot on the 3, and that wasn't a problem. If I don't make it, I'm probably leaving it tough.
Well, I know that the way this 7 ball's sitting, he's going to finish on the short side of this 8 ball. That's the way this is going to go, or at least it should do, because you're going to play. You know he's going to play the 3 railer.
You play 3 rails, and you're on the good side. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. The short side here. This is a good side.
Yeah.
Because it's clean.
Yeah. That's where he's going to go, but that's no problem. It's not that short a side. I mean, that's where you want to go. I mean, that's a real straightforward shot. You just, you know, you look at that 7, you see how close it is to the rail, and you decide the angle you want. I mean, some angles you have to do a little less than others.
No, he didn't need to do that, but he's fine. He's got away with it. You know, that 8 ball could have come back and lay on top of the 9 or something daft.
I would have never done that in that situation because, you know, I'm confident that I can get the 3 railer.
Well, exactly.
Off the 7 down there.
He has to have faith in his own game, and I mean that was never difficult to get on that 8 ball where the angle was on the 7.
No, but you know it's working out. But you know, I wouldn't have done that. I think, you know, that's in pool in general. You see it where people tend to move balls more than they should.
It's like the old saying, Steve, don't try and fix something when it ain't broke. You know, there was nothing really needed to be done there.
The game where you see that sin the most is straight pool. You'll see guys move balls when they shouldn't.
Yeah,
and he tried to bump that.
Yeah.
I would have tried to drag that ball and maybe put a little bit of inside English on it to kill it. And I'd drag the cue ball past the 9 with a little inside English to kill it on the rail there, rather than try to bump that. Because
it ain't froze.
This is the old inside English shot here.
Yeah, give it a blast. You need to watch your cue ball though.
Well, I mean, you just got to miss. He's not putting inside on it. If he is, it's just a little. I would be putting a lot on it.
Well, he's got it.
Yeah.
Well, he made that harder than it possibly should have been.
Yeah, he he had 2 shots in a row. I think he played the wrong shot, but he got out. What's the 6 ball doing? It's getting in the way.
So 4 and 8 have gone.
No, the 1 does go. He's got most of the pocket. I'd say he's probably got at least 3/4 of that pocket.
Well, he gets on the 2, then it's a 3-9 combo. No messing about.
Yeah, this 2's a little tricky to get on. I mean, you've either got to wham this and come off the side rail, or you could go 2 rails with a spinner, or you could go 1 rail. I think he's going to wham it.
Oh, he's took a chunk of the 6, a big chunk of the 6, and he's got lucky.
And maybe he expected that to throw less. I'm not sure this is lucky. I think that 1-9 combo is pretty easy.
Yeah, but look at how he's fluked the ball and now opened everything up.
Oh, he fluked the ball.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't realize he made a ball. Yeah, I think that was a reasonable shot to shoot. Maybe he expected the ball to throw less at speed, which it does, but he kind of just hit that straight into the 6 ball.
Well, they'll probably run into the 9 here. Nothing. I don't think anything untoward will happen.
Nikk said sorry. You know why I don't say sorry? Because I remember a friend of mine. I was playing, and we were pretty good friends. And I played him in a tournament, and I beat him, and I said I'm sorry, and he looks at me, and goes, "No, you're not."
No, I never say sorry either.
You know what? He was right. So yeah, I don't say sorry anymore.
Well, again, the argument's always, it's not the fluke that matters. It's not getting the fluke that matters. It's going on to find your way out that matters. Getting the fluke's fine, but if you can't do the job when you've got the fluke, then it's no good to anybody.
Yeah, nobody's that noble, so don't pretend.
So the gap's now 3.
And I got to say that the English are worse than that than Americans. English, they like to say unlucky and all this. Well, what do you mean unlucky? That was a terrible shot.
Yeah.
But they'll say unlucky. That's kind of like,
and I'm glad,
that's kind of like the English version of sorry.
Now, is this you using this old-fashioned Americanism, Steve? By referring English and then you're actually meaning all the British people? Are you trying to include Scots in this statement? You need to clarify that.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, see, that's a typical American thing.
Okay, everybody over in the UK.
Yeah,
is that better?
It goes back to the old England thing, meaning it's England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. That's what does my head in about Americans. They're so bloody ignorant, calling us English in a group form. We're Scottish here.
Oh yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't like the English. I know that.
Yeah,
that's a historical thing.
Here, Peg says it's mostly the English saying unlucky. It's like, Americans going on holiday. They're going on vacation. Where are you going? Oh, we're going to England. Where are you going in England? We're going to Edinburgh. That type of stupid saying.
Well, even I know that's in Scotland. That was not a very good shot. No, I mean, Americans are, we've got our idiosyncrasies. It bugs me all the time. Americans are insulated from the rest of the world, and they act like it.
I know what I'm doing here, Steve. I'm banking the 2 onto that 4, and I'm ducking for cover. I mean, that's staring you in the face.
He's got the 3, 6, and 9. This is a little spinner.
To me, you can't fail in this.
See, he's going low on the cue ball. This is like center ball with a lot of right English.
Yeah, just let it run. Let it run with a spin.
Yeah. See, he's gonna try to drag this, and that's the wrong way to do it.
Well,
he banked it.
Well, okay. I'll take my hat off to that. I mean,
I didn't realize that went by the 4 ball.
No, I never looked at it.
Yeah, that was a fine shot there.
Well,
I mean, it wasn't a hard bank. I didn't think it went by the 4. I never looked at it.
Well, he's a bit too close to the rail, so he's going to have to really get into this cue ball here to get it. If he's going to
Yeah,
beef it up with a stun.
you just got to pop this. This is
Yeah.
just stun and hit it hard.
And away from the 8 ball. Now this is a little tricky one.
Yeah, I'd be trying to run into the 9 ball here. Because as long as you miss the 6 ball and hit the 9, you're going to have a shot. I mean, pretty hard to scratch. Could hook yourself behind the 8. But this is just, again, it's a little spinner. You hit this with left English and roll it and, bring it back into the 9.
Hugh's American accent is better than I expected.
He played on the short side of it, and that's about as good as he was going to do, and it's actually not bad.
Well, he doesn't want to fail now because it's going to hurt if he doesn't get this in after doing the hard work. Well, you got to
decide where you're going to shoot the 8 ball. I'd be running this 4 rails if it was me. If you're running to the 8, you're probably okay.
Is he thinning it the other way? I thought for a second there he was
I'd be running this 4 rails. You could try to run this 3 rails and get on the 8. I mean, you got to pick your line. It's either a 3 or 4 rail shot. Now he's going low on this, and that was
all that for nothing.
Well, it was unnatural. He could have done it. It was a little more unnatural. There's nothing wrong with shooting that shot if you like it and you hit it good, but that was not very good. With those kind of shots where it's nothing's ever going to be really simple. There's not necessarily a bad choice, but when you hit it that bad, I call it a bad choice. If you shoot that shot and it doesn't work out, but you hit it good, like the ball barely misses or rattles and the cue ball does something reasonable, then it's like, okay, well, he shot that shot and none of them were going to be easy. But when you miss it by a mile like that's when I think it's a bad choice, because obviously it wasn't a shot he could execute.
It's creeping away. It's getting dangerous now for Snake Eyes. If it wasn't dangerous already, he's got a ball in the break. Now, how is he in the 1? Well, it's a big pocket for the bank, Steve.
Snake Eyes has got a lot of chances here. Yeah, the problem is it's a little bit tricky getting on the 2 ball. Let's see what he decides to do. He may try to bank it in the corner.
Yeah, he's looking as if he's lining up that way. And then again, he's putting left English on it.
Looks like he's going to go long to me right now. Looks like this is going to bank long. Well, he's playing safe. He's playing long on purpose.
Well,
and that wasn't a bad play at all. I don't know that he got safe, but it wasn't a bad play. What he left is not that appealing.
I don't think he can get enough of the 1 to try and just duck behind the 7, so he's trying to run for cover again, and that is a good shot.
That's a very good shot.
It's easy enough to hit the 1, but it's he's got the distance, and the 1's tight to well, I call this the top rail. No, it isn't tight.
Well, he's either going to have to jump this or he's going to have to kick at it, and the kick's tough because the 7's in the way. He'd have to go further up the rail with a lot of right English and open it up. Yeah, maybe the 7's not in the way. It's tight. I think he can hit this without spinning it. Now that I look at it more.
Well, he's got the hit, and he's got it reasonably safe from the fact there's no pot on, but he probably Snake Eyes should have Nikk in trouble here.
Yeah, you can put this on the 5 ball. You got to hit this with left English and kill it. See, he tried to hit that with. He didn't put English on it. You've got to put some English on it and try to kill the ball there. That thing double kissed the one in the pocket.
Yeah, my XSplit's lagging up a bit here. You notice the last time, well, this is probably because of the update that I've done and not done a reboot. But the other time I had a problem when we lost YouTube. We lost the YouTube server. That was at this time of night as well. I don't know whether that was just because they were throttling the speed or whatever.
Well, this is a match where things really haven't gone Nick's way that much, and he's still up 7-3.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a lot of breaks where he didn't have a good shot, and he had to play safe. And you know, some of those have been good, some of them haven't. But it's kind of, it's not been one of these matches where it's just been break and run out for him. And this is kind of good to see. You know, to kind of see how he handles it, and it's been reasonable so far.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not going to go, you know, as good as that all the time. You're going to have to deal with, you know, dry breaks and awkward tables eventually.
Well, that's you know, to win these things, that's what you need, because you've got to be able to play safe and push and all those things, because it's not always going to end up wonderful for you. You're not always going to break well. You're not always going to have easy tables. You know, when he does get an easy table, he runs out just about every time. And there's a number of players like that in this tournament.
So Nick goes to 8, so the gap's now 5, and something's going to have to happen. Well, it's usual. It's going to have to happen.
We got some good matches coming up, too, next weekend. Bill, Inspector Don, Slim, and Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think both of those are going to be good matches.
We've got Bedhead and Stub to look forward to. That won't be at 2 a.m. in the morning, I can guarantee you that.
And there it is again. So, you know, this is just a little... Now, this is a little tricky, because you almost have to brush the 5 ball with the 1 to get safe here. And that's what the line I would take, so the 1 ball just barely nicks it. And he's going to try to spin it. And that's good.
Yeah.
He put spin on it to hold the cue ball up, and that's pretty good. He could have played it the way I was talking about, too, but...
yeah, he's left enough room, though.
I think that way was a little more guaranteed what he did. Well, yeah, I mean, but it could have been frozen on it. I mean, you're not always going to get those to freeze. He was pretty close.
Well, he'll take that result. That one might well bank, though.
Yeah, I think that...
he's not playing it, though.
No, that's a tough bank. That's tough to beat the kiss. And, you know, the only thing he needed there was a little more hold up, but he got there. He needed a little more inside English to hold that up to really pin him on the 9. But he's got Nick kicking, or Snake Eyes kicking, I'm sorry. I'll tell you, if you're playing somebody and they keep doing this to you and you're not used to it, it can be demoralizing. You know, you keep coming to the table, and every time you come to the table, you're kicking at balls. And this is why you need to kick good, because when you play good players, this is what they do to you. Is, you know, you come to the player and the table, it looks like this a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you don't kick at the ball, it could cost you 4 or 5 racks if you can't kick safe. He's going to jump this.
Well, that's no good.
That's not going to get him anywhere.
Let's have a look at this 4 ball. Well, looking at it from that angle, it goes in off the jaw. Looking at it from that angle, it's tight. So it's crucial to get very good on this 4 ball. Oh, the mind games have started between Semi-Pro and Slim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Slim, you're probably going to outmove him. you're probably going to outmove him, Slim. But my advice for you is don't miss.
We got good in the 4.
And if you follow my advice, you'll probably win. Yeah, when I was trying to get better at one point, that was the advice from the guy that was kind of helping me out, and I learned a lot from him. And I had to play a champion, and I hadn't played a lot of them at that point in my life. And I asked him for advice. He said, "Don't miss."
Well, this match is running away from Snake Eyes now.
Well,
and the break's working for Nikk.
Yeah, I mean, that's showing me something. Nikk knows how to move some. I mean,
well, this is all over this rack.
He's played a lot of the right shots. Not always executed them well, but he's played mostly the right shots, and that's big, because the more times you play the right shots, then the higher execution percentage is going to get, because you're playing them over and over and over again, and you're just going to get a better feel for them.
Well, he's got to get up table here to play this cut in the 4. He's going to obviously hit the 6, and he's got loads of right English on it, and that is pretty much on the money. Fine. Now he can just go forward a little dink, can't he?
Well,
I mean, I think he can just dink it forward, and he's going to brush the 6, and he's not going to let the 6 go way into the table.
This is tricky. I wouldn't go forward with this. This is tricky.
Yeah, he's hit it a bit heavier than I would have, though. Yeah. I would have played it a lot softer than that.
Yeah, he's okay, though. I mean, he's just going to corral this back. Now, this is a shot I see a lot of people missing VP, and they typically hit it thin. Not him. He hits it right in the throat. Yep, that's a good shot. I mean, that shot comes up in pool a lot, and I'll tell you something, guys. I always say, that's not that hard a shot, and people say, oh, yeah, it is. But if you get an offline, you sit there and hit that shot over and over again, I bet you get good at it. It's a shot that visually is visually a little different, and the way to get good at it is just hit it a lot, and you'll get to the point where you see that shot well.
So double figures, and this is it may well end up close to Semi-Pro's prediction. He predicted 13-2, and we're heading in that direction very much so, and that might be dry.
Nope, it's not dry, but he has
something
no shot.
Did something go? Ah, right, three balls gone.
But he's starting to break, and things are starting to go well for him. Now this is the kind of shot I just push to the end rail and leave the shot on the 1 ball. And the reason why is that, good luck getting on that 2 ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go ahead and shoot this. I don't like this, because I think it's hard to get on the 2 ball, especially with jumping it like this.
Well, he's now in trouble.
Yeah, so I would have never shot that. I would have pushed out. If you don't want to push out and leave them the open ball, push out to kick. I mean, don't do this to yourself.
There's a tiny edge of the 2 showing. Problem is, though, that he's going to hit it so thin he might not get much momentum in this 2 ball and leave it in play.
Oh, he doesn't need much. If he can miss the 8, yeah, he didn't hit it hard enough.
Nope.
All he needed to do is hit it harder and come down table, and he had him.
That's probably one of his worst attempts at a safety.
Yeah, he just got the speed wrong. I mean, the idea was right, but again, he makes good choices. I'm not condoning the jump shot as a good choice, but he's made pretty good choices on which safes to play.
Well, do you want to use a 6 and 7 here?
I probably wouldn't move them.
Oh, well, he's thought about getting in the 5, forgot about the 4, and he might have got away with that as well. Let's have a look.
No, that goes. That's an easy shot.
Yeah, it does go.
Looks hard. It looks harder than it is. That's a hanger.
Well, he's got to get this thin enough though, because it could still come off the point.
Yeah, well, the tricky part is getting on the 5, and I think you go 3 rails, maybe run into the 8 ball.
Yeah, told you.
Oh, he missed the ball.
Commentator's eye got it again.
Wow, I didn't expect him to miss that ball.
Well, Snake Eyes has a lifeline here. He's got to slow up though. He's got to slow up or keep going, one of the two. I don't think that's any good. He's going to have to bail out with a stick.
Yeah, he can bank this. This bank goes.
Can he see enough of it to bank it?
Yeah, you hit this with right English and 2 rails and out.
I don't know what he's trying now.
He's digging in on it.
Well, he went the other way. Yeah,
which was fine. He had enough of it. He could hit it that way. I wasn't sure he had enough of it to do that, but yeah, that was well hit. It was pretty much a dead bank if you could get enough of it at the angle he had.
Now, if this rolls out, this cue ball, if he just rolls it out, he's got to have the 7 past the 8. If he's going that way and just playing sort of safe.
Well, sorry guys, my reference is mostly real life, but I know in real life I'm not missing that 4 ball.
Well, he stunned it, he's held it. Well, this might just be another consolation rack here for Snake Eyes. Now, if he runs this 3 rails, he doesn't want to run into the 9. He's looking and looking and looking. I mean...
No, this is just... You can roll this over and shoot the 8 on the other side.
Yeah, you can. You can just dink it in and fall across. Yeah.
He's going to go in the corner. Well, he needs to do something miraculous here. I'm not saying I never miss balls. I mean, a lot of it depends on how I'm playing. If I'm playing good, I'm not missing that. You got to realize, even when I was playing, I wasn't playing a lot. The other thing you got to realize is a lot of those YouTube videos, I'm playing 3 7/8 inch pockets, which that's a whole nother ball game. That would be like the, I don't know, what's the tightest pockets we have on VP? It's like those.
Well, I think the 1's gone, so he's on the 2 into the side. The 4's gone as well, and it's going to have to be a 3-7 combo if he's going to make anything of this. And the 8 ball's sort of in the way of where you'd maybe want to try and get the line to be able to play this combo. That 8 ball's just an annoying hazard where it's sitting.
And Sim, I never said I never dog it, because I can do that plenty too. But if I would have missed that 4 ball, I would have considered that dogging it, because that wasn't a hard shot.
Well, the match table at Hard Times Semi-Pro is always the one in the... I think it's the one with the wall to the right. Am I right in saying that, Steve? It looks as if there's a sort of wall to the right of it. That's the TV table.
But there's videos. There's a lot of videos of me playing at the pool room in Augusta, and those are big pockets. Those things are like these pockets on the table that we're playing this World Championship on.
So, how did he do? Well, he didn't do well at all. I told you the 8 ball was a problem. When are you guys going to listen to me? That's what he tried to do. He tried to get into that gap to play the combo, and he's now in a whole pile of trouble.
Well, just for reference, Semi-Pro, when I am playing well, those tables at Augusta, I played 5 races to 5 in a row without missing a ball. And I lost the last one to Josh Roberts, bastard.
Well, that's not going to do him much good.
Yeah, I could do that. My table's tough. I mean, it's going to take me a long time. I mean, there's the one on there that there's one video of me doing a drill. You know, I have to get on the table and start doing them, and it's going to take a bunch of time. I mean, it'll get me playing better, that's for sure. But I've never done the Inca drill. I've gotten down to the last ball. Well, it's not easy. I mean, you got to be able to play to do that drill, and you got to remember I'm doing it on tight pocket table that's fast. I mean, it's not an easy table. I mean, if I was going to do those drills, and to show you I was going to do those drills, I pick a different table besides mine that has tight pockets. It's super fast. So I mean, my pockets on my table are barely over 4 inches.
Workman-like performance from Nikk to get the job done.
Yeah, well, Nick's gonna Nick's gonna win this match. I mean, this is almost a given at this point.
Well, the one gets kicked in. Something else had already gone in before it, and
well, I probably would have already done that Inca drill if I was doing it on the kind of table Gorst does it on, with nice big pockets.
Well, here's another chance for a bonus rack for Snake Eyes. There's not really a problem. Let's have a look at this 6-ball. The 6-ball goes into the side. Yeah, if you get good on it, it will.
Well, and the 5-ball won't be there, so you know that's the other thing. It's just going from the 5 to the 6 and getting between the 6 and 7 is a little tricky. Yeah, I'm a little surprised he hit a draw shot there. I would have rolled that one. I mean, those shots where, you know, the ball's to one side of the pocket, I'm not sure why you wouldn't roll that. That's another thing you guys should practice is go on offline and stick balls in the pockets of varying depths and varying positions and play shape off of it. I mean, that shot comes up all the time in pool. It's an easy shot to practice.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest shots to get good though.
Well,
you know, when you're looking for shape off the ball that's deep in the pocket and trying to judge the control of the cue ball.
Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It just, you know, depends on the situation. Sometimes it isn't easy, but it's a shot that you got to practice.
Oh boy. Well, he's got room.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm kind of surprised again that he didn't go forward there. Why not roll that? If you need to check it with Little English, do that because.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the amount of open land to the right there. That he could easily cut the 5 no problem without trying to get really cute on it.
Well, the problem here is now when he makes it, he's not going to be good to go.
He's going to be good to go on the 6 from there.
Yeah, well, he's not gonna. I mean, this is what he was gonna have, and I mean, this is a little tricky playing safe. You can play a shot where you hit the 6 into the right edge of the 7, kind of thinly, and play it on the end rail and try to hook him with a 9. You can bank the 6-ball, maybe. I mean, it's tight missing a kiss here.
No, he's lining up the combo. He's had a look at it. Last chance saloon with this shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is not a shot you shoot in real life too much, but in VP you can get away with it.
And the 7 balls come back into play, and well, that's the only sort of lifeline he's got there that's happened.
Well,
he's going to be in trouble though.
Pretty easy to pin him on the 9 ball. He's just going to go straight to the 7.
Well, that is not great because that's not difficult to hit.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's going to go up and down and try and roll this in.
Yeah, and he's got a chance to make it with these big pockets. Well, that was not well done.
Yeah, but that's the thing with jacking up over it. What I said the other day, that if you don't pay attention to your Q-tip, you could be slipping a little bit of English on that, because it's not necessarily central when the Q goes on to that. When you bring the jump Q out, it's not necessarily central, is it?
The speed hurt him too. I mean, he may not have realized how much that was going to shorten up, because that's going to shorten up when you're rolling the ball at that speed. The top spin on the cue ball is going to shorten that bank up a little.
So Nikk is going to be on the hill. We'll have a look at the bracket.
That's not really right. I don't think the top spin is going to shorten it up. I think it's just the cushion. The top spin should not shorten that bank up. But regardless, he didn't think it was going to shorten up like that.
Well, it's dry. Now, the shot here is to get back across the table for the 2 past the 3.
Well, it's just the amplify key. You press amplify and you can move the cue ball, anywhere.
Uh-oh. Well, he got almost good on the 2. I don't think he got into the cue ball enough though, and missed the 1 anyway. Yeah,
I think he's going to try to put him on the 7 here. Use the 7 and the 9. Either that, or you can bring the 1 ball straight down the table, and I don't know if you can get the cue ball back behind the 9 or not. He's just going to do the little dink shot, which I don't really like that shot, because see, this kick safe is easy. You kick the 1 ball and stick the cue ball behind the 6. Now, you may not get the cue ball behind the 6 all the time, but you're certainly going to get the 1 ball to go up table. And it's, even if you don't get it behind the 6, there's, it's probably coming out fairly good.
This is a perfect angle to get this match done here. Pot that 1 into the side, stun down for the 2 past the 3. He's got to play it. He's got to play it. That's what he's doing.
This is a little tricky. There is a side pocket there.
And he's played it well. He needs to bounce off the rail though. He might not need to. He can still just dink this in.
Yeah.
He can jack it up and kill it.
Yeah. He's just going to roll it. I mean, that shot on the 1 ball is harder than it looks. You've got to, your Q-tip position's got to be really good when you're hitting it that hard. I mean, he made it look easy, but that shot was harder than it looked.
Well, he's brought out the old bedhead shot.
Yeah, stick him on the 5 ball.
Oh, he's going for the bank. Played that well. Cue ball's going to stay in the table. And this, well, I think he might have gone a wee bit more straight than he would like. Yeah, he's going to have to get this cue ball moving now. And that looks as if it's just going to come down past the 7. And he's fine. And it is all over.
So this is a difference in also playing on the table with easier pockets like this one is. If you're playing on a table that's got tough pockets, you would have played safe on that 4 ball every time and stuck the cue ball on the 5 and brought the 4 ball up table. With bigger pockets, you have more options to play aggressive.
Well, it's going to be a hello and goodbye, Bill. Just in to see the end of the match.
Mr. Bill got here just in time to see the end, yep. This is pretty much a hello goodbye.
So, well done to Nikk. He carries on. Snake Eyes. We'll have to try another time. 13 racks to 4. that's the one I want. I want that link there, don't I? Let's have a look at the bracket first of all on the one-loss side. So from top to bottom, we've got Nikk to play Brainful Out. Nick's going to be the strong favourite in that. Although Brainful Out took 11 racks off Slim. So Brainful Out is, he's got to play a much higher level though if he's going to be punishing Nikk if he gets chances. Further down, we have Albinario against Bankster. Again, Albinario, strong favourite for that one. This is what I said in previous streams. Guys that aren't up to the task are going to fall by the wayside, and it's looking likely that Brainful Out and Bankster have spent their time in the tournament. Further down, we have Stubb against Bedhead.
That's going to be a good one.
And then we have Bill against Spectre Dawn, and that is at 8:13 Saturday night. Now, I've got work on Sunday morning. I've got work Sunday morning, so that match, going by the speed that Bill's playing at and Spectre Dawn, I don't think it'll take too long, that match. So I'll be doing it anyway.
Let's see, you guys aren't going on daylight savings time for a while, huh?
I don't think it's that far away that the clocks go forward.
It's probably Sunday the 26th. We're already on daylight savings time here.
So from
this weekend. So it'll be Sunday. So it doesn't change the Saturday match, but it does change the Sunday match. And so the website on my part it still says GMT -4 for the Sunday match, and I think that's incorrect. I think it's going to be back to GMT -5.
So we've got the winner's side round 5. We have Larry up against Cobra, and further down we have One Pocket Slim against Semi-Pro, and just confirmation of those matches that have been arranged.
Hopefully you guys are both still here, Slim and Semi-Pro. Just in case there's any kind of issue with the time change, make sure that you double check on Sunday your match time, just in case it ends up being different than what it says, because it could end up being at that
it will end up being at 3 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. British summertime.
No, it might end up being at 1 p.m. British summertime.
No,
again, because the clock's going forward.
Yeah, so if the clock's going forward,
that means that 2 p.m. comes at 1 p.m.
Well,
after the clocks go forward, I'm just saying that there could potentially be a problem, and it may go off at 1 p.m. So just be aware of that.
So the match, as I look at the schedule here, the match is set for 7 p.m. GMT on Sunday. Now, if the clocks go forward on Sunday morning, is that right? The clocks go forward at this weekend.
Yeah.
So if they go forward this weekend, that means that match that's set for 7 will go at 8.
No, it goes at 6. It means the match will go at 6, an hour earlier.
All right, this is because you've got this with this GMT +1, haven't you? That's what it is.
It's because that's how it works.
Yeah,
when the clock goes forward, the match will be earlier.
I can't work that out.
I know, that's a brain twister.
Anyway.
Time stuff's a nightmare. Trust me. I mean, I've had more trouble with time than anything with this tournament system.
Anyway, we'll look at that on Sunday when I get home. Quick look at the stats. I don't know that Nick's stats are going to be affected a great deal with that match. How did I spell that there? Hang on. KK. Take one away. Now, where the hell is he? Because there's loads of Nicks. There he is. And it was Snake Eyes, wasn't it? Oh, it found him straight away. That's weird how it does that. A lot of time it just searches and doesn't find anything. Then you put Snake Eyes in, it finds it no problem. Right,
Hey,
so
it's a feature, not a bug.
Nikk has on average 3.1 balls per turn. Where's the what's the one? Right, so Nikk had 3 racks run. Racks high run was only 1. 100% on money balls. Break stats 13. Ball on the break for each of them 1.3. 3 runouts from the break from Nikk, and that's that.
Yeah, I think the reason why his runouts on the break weren't as good as we've seen in the past was he just didn't have a shot on the low ball a lot of times.
Yeah. Runouts from the break, so that'll put him further in front by just 2 racks, obviously having played maybe a match more. Bill's had 80 breaks, and he's in 24, Bedhead's in 20. Those guys have got matches to play, of course, as well. Spectadon's in 19, Chimpy 16. But again, I think Chimpy's gone, hasn't he? And
Yeah, look at
Albinario.
these break percentages. If you're up around 70%, you're doing good. If you're above 70, you're doing great. If you're at 60, you're doing not so wonderful. And if you're below 60, you're kind of sucking.
Well, out of the guys that are still left in the tournament, Bedhead's the top because he's on 75.
I got to take a call, so I'm bye-bye.
Right, Steve, thanks for joining us. See you again soon. We've got Larry on 75. You've got Bill on 70. Slim on 69. Cobra on 66, is that? You've got Semi-Pro down there on 62. Spectadon on 62. Albinario, he's way down there on 57. And I think that's about it. You've got Bankster, who's still in the tournament. He's down there on 56. And I think that is about it, isn't it? Oh, no. Stubbs holding up the rest. Brainfillout's there in 53. Stubbs in 53, just almost. He's 52.94. And that is it. There's nobody else any lower than that. So, whenever this match goes ahead at the weekend, I don't know, but the match between Bill and Spectadon, we need to keep an eye on the main page here come the weekend when this clock changes. I will be doing both of those matches anyway. So, and that's us for the night. I'm sorry about the technical issues, guys. Hopefully a reboot will fix that for the next one. So I will bid you good night. I'm going for something to eat because I haven't had my dinner yet. We will see you again soon. Take care.
Good night, ladies.
Hasta la vista, baby.